when the world's greatest athlete, Michael Jordan, teams up with the world's best loved cartoon character, Bugs Bunny. You won't believe your eyes.
Pardon me, Mr. Jordan. Could I have your Joe haircut?
What's going on here?
We need your help! You heard of the Dream Team? Well, we're the Mean Team. Ready? Yeah! Doc.
Yeah.
You kick it in here. You go to the hole. Fans dominate. We on defense.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! I don't play defense. Warner Brothers presents Jordan, Bugs Bunny.
Special delivery.
Together, they just might save the world. Space Jam. You've never seen anything like it.
Well, Space Jam it is. And as you can see, I brought my little friends here. We have Taz and Daffy Duck. So they will be joining us for this wonderful review of the good Space Jam that came out, I believe, in 1996. No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the one with LeBum James. Yes, so we're doing the good Space Jam movie that came out in the year 1996. So I will do that wonderful review right after this.
The world of electronic games.
So you go to your local video game store to rent a hot new game, and what do they got? Bupkis. They got Bupkis 1, Bupkis 2, Son of Bupkis. You want to rent Bupkis, they got your stuff. You want to rent real games, you want to go to Zappers.
Gary, Zappers, serious game.
Zappers realizes it's very difficult to pick out a discrete selection of games and formats, so they made it simple. They carry everything. Every game, every format. You shop someplace else, you're wasting your time.
Zappers, start. The world of electronic games.
If you play
Well, my friends will appreciate this. We all loved the video game store of Zappers. We missed it when it left.
Never heard of it.
That's because I believe it closed probably in 95 or 96. It did not last long, and we don't know why. So we did enjoy it for the short period of time that it was out. So now to review the wonderful movie of Space Jam.
What's with his tail?
And Stimpy is joining us, and he seems to be having some tail malfunctions. So hopefully he did not eat at Bella Pizza, because he has been running away, so it's possible. And I guess one of the side effects would be tail malfunctions. Right, Stimpy? Oh, and he's orange. And Bella Pizza, of course, has one of the side effects to eating Bella Pizza is it turns your excrement orange. Maybe that's why our cat is orange.
What's wrong with you?
Well, no, it's very true. So anyway, so getting back to Space Jam, this is starring Michael Jordan, believe it or no, not Michael B. Jordan. This is Michael Jordan, the basketball player.
Yeah, can we get that to people, please? Thank you.
Oh, that's a shot at Michael Jordan. Well, of course, this is also starring Teresa Randall, that plays Michael Jordan's wife. She was in Bad Boys 2, and Spawn.
I don't know
Oh,
what that is.
okay, we will get to the good people. Thank
Bugs
you.
Bunny.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Tweety Bird will also be nice.
Okay, so yes, we do have Bugs Bunny, we have Tweety Bird, we have Taz, we have Daffy Duck, just listen for the crickets when he gets introduced, and we also have Bill Murray is
No.
in this movie as well. He was right in the trailer, so yes,
Ew, why
Bill-
is that?
Bill Murray is in this movie.
I got good people.
Ivan Reitman casted Bill Murray just for you. He said, I'm going to put Bill Murray in this movie because he is your favorite actor. So yes,
I don't like this movie.
Bill Murray is in this movie alongside, let's see, we have some other big stars in this. We do have Wayne Knight, and we know him from Jurassic Park. He is the one that got ripped to shreds by that Dilophosaurus. Yes, the fat guy. Dennis Nedry, yes, the fat guy. The guy that could barely. Okay, so yes, Wayne Knight might be a little soggy around the midsection. So,
That's still me.
ah, sorry, Wayne. So we also do have Larry Bird, who does co-star in this. He played for the Boston Celtics. So Larry Bird is one of I believe he is friends with Michael Jordan. So they were playing golf together. This is showing Michael Jordan in his retired life, uh, going to be playing baseball soon. So this is after he retires from basketball. It shows him golfing with Larry Bird, Bill Murray, and then there's a few other people in there as well. So there are some other basketball players in this movie because the story is um, Moron Mountain is this planet that wants better amusement attractions. So he picks the Looney Tunes. So in order to do that, he sends them to planet Earth. Then they go up to the Looney Tunes, and they pretty much they want to challenge them to a they seem to kidnap Bugs Bunny, and they challenge him to this basketball game. And apparently what the aliens do from Moron Mountain is they steal the NBA's talent. And they do this to Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Bill Bradley, no, Muggsy Bogues. So, and they do this, of course, during games. So when they take their talent away, then the players they don't play well, and it's shown on national TV. So it's kind of an amusing way to to kind of watch these NBA stars lose their talent in the middle of a game. So so they all kind of agreed to this, I guess. I'm trying to think if there's any other basketball player I'm missing here. There is some other talent in this movie that make quick little cameos. Patricia Heaton is one of them. The voice of Homer Simpson is another one. Well, there's definitely a few I am missing. There actually is a lot of people in this movie. So that is pretty much the story. And then Bugs
Oh, you
Bunny.
lost me after the second.
Really don't know Patrick Ewing. So okay, so anyways, so Bugs Bunny goes to Michael Jordan. When he is playing baseball at this time, and he's this is during his struggling time in the minor leagues. Yeah, he did. He played minor league baseball. He had a good hitting streak for a while, and then they started throwing him curveballs, and that's when he started to struggle. So he actually ended up the one game he actually ended up swinging his bat, and he let go of it, and it went into the stands. So so that was sort of the experiment there. So and then of course he went back to basketball, and that was because of the baseball strike. And they were talking about using scab players. So Michael Jordan was on that list. So because of the strike, he decided to. That was his reason for going back to basketball.
It wasn't because he did that baseball.
Well, it could have been a mixture of both. So anyways, I'll get back to the little story here. So Bugs goes up to Michael Jordan, says we need your help. So he decides to help them out, and they're going to play a basketball game against they call them the Monstars. So now if the Monstars win, the Looney Tunes, well, they have to go to Moron Mountain. And I can just imagine who belongs on that planet. There is a long list, probably Jim Rome being one of them. Somebody wants Bill Murray on Moron Mountain. He was not on the list. Oh, and the voice of the guy who runs Moron Mountain is Danny DeVito. I forgot about that. So he is the voice there. Yes.
It's impossible.
I do not belong on Moron Mountain because then I would run it.
As a top moron?
No, not as the top moron. But working aside, Danny DeVito would be kind of fun. Except I do not smoke cigars like he does. So anyway, so I will show the first clip, and it is Moron Mountain, bringing the idea of bringing the Looney Tunes to that wonderful planet. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Looney! Looney, that's it! That's the word I was looking for! Looney! Get the Looney Tunes! Bring them in!
Well, this is the wonderful place of Moron Mountain. They actually did they did mention Jesse Eisenberg, Ben Affleck. What they did?
In your head.
Oh, sorry, bad Affleck. Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, and
I
then
don't know what these people are, so can get back to this movie.
and Kevin Smith, of course. So then but then of course they brought up Looney Tunes, and then that's when they said, oh yes, Looney Tunes would attract them. These other guys would not. Oh yes, and those are today's actors of garbage. Zac Efron was also on that list. So then I had to throw his name in there. So now they are about to capture Bugs Bunny, and let's see how they do that since these guys are kind of small. The owner of the amusement park didn't want to go himself. That would have made more sense, except I think he's too busy eating the concessions. So I guess he's pulling a Roger Ebert. So now I will show the clip coming up of Bugs Bunny.
Don, like this? What's up, Don? Yeah. Never heard of him. You know, maybe there is no intelligent life out there in the universe after all.
Hold on there, Mr. Looney Tune.
Well, this is Bugs Bunny trying to outsmart these little guys. So they end up trying to shoot him with their little laser beam. Oh, well, I guess there are lasers in this movie. Well, I guess that is good for the Comic-Con people. So now, since they are prisoners, Michael Jordan's children, and if you do watch this, I noticed that Michael Jordan's house is kind of, it's believe me, his real house was a lot bigger than that. So his those are not his real kids either that are in this movie. They are all actors. So he goes home, and Jim Rome is pretty much telling him that his baseball swing is bad. And Jim Rome shouldn't be telling anybody that anything's bad because his sports analysis is probably the worst. So he was in that scene, and the kids watch. He turns Jim Rome off and puts on Looney Tunes, which was a good decision. Except the Looney Tunes are being taken off the TV screen because they are all being held prisoner. So I will show the next clip of Bugs Bunny and some of his friends there planning of what to do to defend themselves. So I will show that clip in just a second.
We challenge you to a basketball game. Alright, basketball it is.
Basketball.
Oh boy, right. What is basketball?
What's that? Beats me. You didn't have that in school.
What? Lie.
Well, this was their decision to let's play a basketball game, and it actually did make sense since these guys don't really have arms. They don't look like they're really athletic, and they're short. Only problem is they have equipment that could make them good. So how do they do that? I'll show you on the very next clip, and they are in Madison Square Garden. They seem to be getting the players' talent and also scaring Patricia Heaton and the voice of Homer Simpson. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, I don't know what was scarier, the players losing their talent or Patricia Heaton's horrible haircut. So, we all know Patricia Heaton was very annoying, and Everybody Loves Raymond, and she was also in the show The Middle. So Charles Barkley got his talent sucked out of him by the Moron Mountain aliens. And after this, I didn't show the clip, but Patrick Ewing also got his talent sucked out as well. And yes, these are the real players that did play with these guys. Charles Oakley was in the shot, and AC Green of the Phoenix Suns was also in the shot as well. And this is when I used to watch the NBA a little bit. So these are players that I used to watch as a kid, and I was fans of all of them. So now I will show the clip of them becoming the Monstars. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, these are the Monstars, and we're keeping these clips short because I don't know how strict they are with Looney Tunes. And this is Warner Brothers, the company of no fun for YouTubers. So these are, yes, like I said, they're big and they're nasty. And now the Looney Tunes have quite a bit of competition. So their next idea is to let's suck Michael Jordan into a hole when he's playing golf with Larry Bird and the wonderful Bill Murray, who has a really funny looking hat. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Here we go. You're gonna smile. You reach in for the ball, and then you smile, okay?
Yes.
And you think this is good. Just take. All right.
Would you not point that at me, please? Close the lens cam.
Well, he got sucked down a hole, and don't you just love Bill Murray's hat? I think I should wear that for my next video.
I think
Would it-
be single.
Wouldn't that look stylish with the little umbrella on the top? No, of course not. But it would be kind of amusing. Could you imagine the comments I would get for that hat? So that is Larry Bird playing with them, and Bill Murray's playing, and then of course Wayne Knight is apparently Michael Jordan's assistant. His name in this movie is Stan. So yeah, so Michael Jordan is sucked down a hole, and nobody knows what is going on. They just sort of just stood there, and then of course Bill Murray blamed the camera on Stan. So, well, let's see where Michael Jordan is at. I will show that clip in just a second, so the mystery will be up.
Oh, look out for that toy step dog. It's a real Lulu.
Bugs Bunny,
Yeah, you were expecting maybe the Easter Bunny?
you're a cartoon. You're not real.
Not really. If I weren't real, could I? It's Air Jordan.
Well, this is where Michael is, and there's the wonderful Tweety. And again, we have to keep these clips short because we really wanted to do Porky Pig, trying to get Michael Jordan's autograph. And of course, he stumbled on his words. So I guess by the time he would actually say John Hancock, we would be blocked. So unfortunately, I couldn't get this whole scene, which is kind of a shame. But this is where Michael is. He is with the Looney Tune characters. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, he was playing golf, having a good time, but now he's with the Looney Tune characters. That also seems like a lot of fun.
There's more fun of being a Bill Murray.
Well, there we go. So, so,
Am I wrong?
so I guess visiting the Looney Tunes is very interesting and a lot of fun. I guess more fun than playing with Bill Murray, apparently. So
What would you pick? Bill Murray or Looney Tunes?
I don't know how to answer that because I don't know what it would be like to play with Bill Murray. I heard he is hard to get along with. So maybe in that regards, maybe I would rather hang out with the Looney Tunes because at least I'll know that I won't be getting into any fist fights with the Looney Tune characters. At least I hope not. Well, now I will bring up the next clip. We get to see the basketball players getting checked out by the doctors. So I will show that clip in just a second.
12-lead stress test and neurological battery to include EEG, reflex test. This girl, 5 feet nothing.
I forgot where I left off. Well, this is the scene here with the basketball players. Nobody knows.
Forgot that we did.
Yes, then we forgot where we left off because we've been doing a lot of cartoon shots. So I guess I tried to get the basketball players in there, and yes, Muggsy Bogues. For those who don't know, he was obviously the munchkin of the bunch. He was not even 6 foot tall. So
He was actually standing?
I think he was in a wheelchair, but he really was he really was short. I don't know how short he was. In the video game I have, they um let's just say they made him only 5'3". I believe he was like 5'6" or 5'7", I think.
Well,
But for a basketball player that is short because these other guys behind him are huge. But Sean Bradley is a center. Patrick Ewing's a center. So yeah, they're over 7 foot tall. So
basketball was not tall.
yes, yes, they are.
Come on, 4 over tall.
Yes, Shaquille O'Neal. I don't want to get it wrong, but I believe he's 7 foot. He was a big dude. He was 7'2" and 303 pounds when. For those who don't know the game of basketball, most of the centers are 7 foot. Well, Yao Ming was 7'6", I think, or he may have even been taller. Georgie Murasan was 7'7". Now Larry Johnson, who's also in this scene, he wasn't 7 foot, but he was like 6'8". I'd have to look these all up, but I didn't think I would have to mention the. Yeah, I didn't think I'd actually have to get to this, but yes. But about Shaquille O'Neal, when I watched him play, he was 7 foot, 7'2", 7'3", and he was over 300 pounds.
That's Shaq, yes.
Yeah, but he was 303 pounds when I watched him play. So if you look at pictures of him now, he's a little bit wider than when I used to watch him. So he got a little bit bigger. Yes. Yes. So now so they're trying to figure out what's wrong with these guys. There's also they're very tall, and also Charles Barkley saying, "I'm not going to swear again." We all know Charles Barkley actually in real life. He is good for TV because he is funny. So he's saying he would not get another technical foul. He won't swear again. He won't trash talk. I would actually like to hear what Charles Barkley said on the court because I could just imagine the things that he would actually say to people. And now that I'm thinking of it, maybe it's good I didn't play against him because I would probably just end up laughing. You wouldn't have to trash talk me though. I'm bad enough. Just I can't play basketball at all. So I will show the next clip of the Looney Tunes getting introduced because the game is about to happen. So let's see how that goes.
Scintillating 3'2", the heartthrob of the hoops, Lola Bundy. Duck.
Thank you. Thank you. Very funny.
Let's all laugh at the duck.
And that point guard.
Standing 3'3", 4 feet if you include the ears. Co-captain of the Toon Squad, Doctor of Delight, Bugs Bunny. At 6'6" from North Carolina, his Royal Highness, Michael Jordan.
Well, so this is interesting because I just realized I actually have on my Daffy Duck jersey. So Taz gets cheered, the female bunny gets cheered,
Lola.
Lola, I forgot her name. Daffy gets crickets, which was kind of rude, but yes, I do have on my wonderful Daffy Duck jersey. I actually forgot what number he is actually wearing, but I wanted his jersey, so I bought it on Amazon. Numbers 2, Taz is actually 0, so if they wanted to be funny, they would have given Daffy the jersey number 0.
What number is it?
He's 2. Taz is actually 0. So that would have been the funnier jersey to give him. So, of course, Bugs gets cheered. Of course, Michael Jordan gets cheered. And, of course, he's wearing his Jordan sneakers, which I guess he kind of had to do. The Air Jordans. You have Taz. Yes, you have Taz. I have Michael Jordan and Daffy Duck. I wore them when I was working at the school in Buffalo because they kept me warm and they were comfortable. Yeah, I know. Believe it or not, the basketball jerseys.
You did not wear that one for that one.
Yes, this one is new, but I wore Michael Jordan and I wore a Charlotte Bobcat jersey. They actually helped me keep warm, and they were, like I said, they were comfortable. So that is why I actually bought these to begin with, and they were very inexpensive, believe it or not. So yes, I wanted a Toon Squad collection. So anyways, as you know, Daffy Duck did get food, and yes, we got.
He got nothing.
Oh, yes, he got crickets. So, and yes, Michael Jordan, I did kind of rip on the Air Jordan sneakers that he wore, but I forgot the director that did this movie actually did Michael Jordan commercials, I do believe. So Ivan Reitman actually did help produce this, and Bill Murray made a comment about that he knows the producer when he came on the basketball court eventually. So now I will show the next clip here. Part of the game is not exactly going to plan. And believe it or not, Stan is actually suited up to play in this game. Let's see if he gets any playing time. I will show that clip in just a second.
Oh boy, I'm ready. I can do this.
The mouse?
I love basketball. I've always loved basketball. Do you love basketball? Yes, I bet you're good at basketball. I'm small, but I'll try really, really hard to be good at basketball. Really, I will. I always try hard. My mom says try your best in everything you do.
Well, this little mouse here decided, I guess, Michael put the little mouse in instead of Fat Stan. So poor Stan just cannot catch a break in this movie, just like Jurassic Park. So I guess things are just not working out for him in his movies. I guess things didn't really work out for him in Seinfeld either. So this poor little mouse, he ends up going in, and Michael did not do him any favors because the poor guy just gets flattened by the ball. So things aren't really going well here for the Toon Squad. The Monsters are pretty much wiping the floor with them. So halftime, Stan decides to somehow squeeze himself into a locker, and I don't know how he fit. Maybe he smelled some Krispy Kremes in there. So the Monsters end up explaining that they got the NBA talent from the players. So Stan gets fried like a piece of KFC chicken, and now he's going to tell Michael and the rest of the Toon Squad what happened. So let's show that clip.
Right, Stan? The Monstars stole the talent from the NBA players. So that's what happened to those guys.
I think we should quit forfeit.
Yeah, listen. I didn't get dragged down here just to get my butt whipped by a bunch of ugly monsters.
Well, this is the nice little Stan here who was just burnt to a crisp. So he is now explaining to everybody what happened. So now Michael Jordan has to give one of his halftime speeches, and I'm sure this is a very G-rated speech. That I'm sure it's the ones he used to give his Chicago Bulls players was so much worse than this, because Michael Jordan was not exactly the nicest guy at times. So, but he does uplift the Toon Squad, and they do get a little bit better, and they do get creative in the second half. So I will just show one more clip, and then I will go on with my wonderful Looney review. So I will show the next clip in just a second. Well, this is the final clip I'm showing, and you might wonder why Tweety is taking out all of this anger. Did this come from Sylvester? No. Did it come from the Monstars? No. Tweety is very upset right now because it was brought to Tweety's attention that Bill Murray got more screen time than Tweety in a Looney Tunes movie. So he is taking out his frustration not on the screenwriters, not Ivan Reitman or the director. I can't pronounce his name, Pytrack or Bytrack or something. So he's taking it out on the Monstars, and it opens up a lane for Elmer Fudd to actually slam dunk the basketball. Elmer Fudd's jersey was also very expensive, as well as Porky Pig's. That one was actually, that may have been the most expensive. One of them was going for $200. It might have been Tweety's.
Because why do you think I got my frustration off between not having no airtime?
Probably me. So yes, so Tweety was not too happy that Bill Murray got more screen time. So anyways, this is the last clip I'm going to show because in case you haven't seen this movie, or if your generation boring and you saw the one with LeBum James, this is probably the one to see. So unfortunately, our little crew segment is back with Siskel the Grouch and King of the Toiletier Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. Is Siskel Tribune or is...
I don't know.
It might be. I thought it was. I thought Ebert was the part of the Chicago Sun-Chips. Oh, I mean Chicago Sun-Time. My mistake. So I will show them in just a second.
Baldy.
He is not washed up. Michael's the greatest ever.
Michael Jordan goes 1-on-10 with the Looney Tunes characters in Space Jam, his eagerly awaited film debut, one of the big holiday movies on this week's show. I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times.
And I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune, and maybe Michael Jordan can't hit a curveball, but he sure hit Space Jam out of the park in a movie that's as much fun as a Bulls game, providing a perfect debut for Jordan, playing himself, being asked by Bugs Bunny to come to the rescue of the Looney Tunes characters threatened by some outer space tunes.
They want to make us slaves, so...
Anyone here ever played basketball?
I have. I'd like to try out for the team. Hi, my name is Lola Bunny.
Lola?
Jordan has the visual charisma of a big movie star. He's great to look at, and the script thankfully doesn't dumb him down, especially when Bill Murray joins the team.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this picture.
Hey. Perhaps All right. Jam is the big game between the Outer Space Monster Tunes and Jordan's gang.
What are you looking at? Cool.
My only major quibble with the picture is that the animation of the Outer Space Tunes before they become the attractive basketball monsters you just saw there is lame, bad Saturday morning TV stuff. But Michael, as is his usual role on the hardwood, saves the day on the big screen too. He's happy to be in this picture, and his enthusiasm is catching and absolutely charming. He wisely doesn't go the superstar fantasy route like Shaquille O'Neal did in the disastrous Kazam. No, he's simply Michael Jordan. Probably the best character he's ever going to play.
I think he actually has the potential to play other characters too.
Yeah.
I think that he has a natural ease on the screen that I was kind of surprised to see, since so many basketball and sports stars, when they're transported to the movies, seem to be like fish out of water. They don't know what to do next except to act like they're at a press
Well, you
conference.
know what?
or
He's
something.
been used smartly because it's a logical extension of the way he was started out visually in the TV ads with short sound bites.
Yeah.
They're a little bit longer here, but he's not given too much to do, just the right amount.
Another thing I liked was the high energy animation of this film. I think it's state-of-the-art animation, and it's very good. You criticized the animation right at the beginning. I think in general the animation in this movie is a step up for Warner Brothers, and I think what they're trying to do is position the Looney Tune characters to be more competitive with Disney, which up until now has more or less owned the animation market.
I want to come back to Michael Jordan because I think that this guy has a big future in the movies, and I want to point the way. It's not to do superhero kinds of stuff that's going to be thrown his way. He already is one. He's Michael Jordan. I know that there's a script out there where he's supposed to play like a neighbor next door. That's the kind of thing that he can do. And we know he's got the superpowers right inside his body. We don't need some manufactured genie like Kazam and Shaquille O'Neal. Coming up next, Barbara
I
Streisand.
have a guest. Stimpy wanted to join in, I guess. So yes, the Siskel the Grouch and King of the Toilet Chair here. I should have known. Chicago Tribune, Chicago Sun-Times. Jordan played with the Chicago Bulls. So of course,
You didn't put that together before?
I did, but then I just realized no wonder why they kept talking about Michael Jordan and not the actual Looney Tunes themselves.
Oh, the movie.
The reason why I wanted to see this movie to begin with is one, okay, fine. Michael Jordan was in it, and I was curious to see how he would do in a movie. But, you know, I also like Looney Tunes as much as Stimpy likes my bacon. So, so anyways, well, now it's going to attract Roger Ebert. Great, he's going to show up at the house. So anyways, can you not chew things, please? No, he's not chewing the wire. We're good there. So anyways, so I do agree that the review wasn't horrible, but they kept saying how Michael Jordan was fun to look at. That's a little concerning. I think they were a little too obsessed with Michael Jordan and not the actual movie itself. And Siskel the Grouch said that the animation was watching a bad Saturday morning cartoon. I disagree. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the way that the Monstars looked before they became these big giants. I had no issue with that. And I don't know what the problem was with the Looney Tunes characters. They didn't even mention them. I don't think either of them mentioned the Looney Tune characters with Michael Jordan at the same time. And how do they know that he was happy to make this? I mean, he really may not have. And the other thing I disagree with, yes, the movie Kazam was horrible, but the one good thing in that movie was Shaquille O'Neal, and it did look like he was having fun playing the part of a genie. So, and Michael Jordan, I don't believe, did any more movies, so these guys were also wrong there. They're just showing their Chicago Bulls obsession with Michael Jordan. So I really do disagree with that. I thought the Looney Tunes parts were actually great when they were on the screen. They didn't even mention that. So King of the Toilet Chair, I think, just went and had snacks every time the Looney Tune characters were on, and he was just pretty much fantasizing about Michael Jordan with Gene Siskel. They probably went to the movies together just because Michael Jordan was in this. So now to get to my review, this movie was fun. It was not as good as Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Never seen it.
I think they could have done more with this. It just seemed like there was something missing. This was only an hour and 20 minutes long, and when I walked out of the movie theater, I wanted more. I did not just want this one basketball game because it does center around just one game, and I think they could have shown the Looney Tunes a little bit more. I didn't mind the parts with the golf course with Larry Bird and Bill Murray. I know somebody's a little upset that Bill Murray even played in the basketball game itself. But and then when we're done with this review, I'll finish up the movie, so then she gets to actually see him on the basketball court, or that might be a bathroom break for somebody. So, anyways, if I had to grade this movie, I would probably give this a B minus, just because I think there were some things missing. I would have probably done a little bit more with the Looney Tune characters. I may have even done more with the actual end. More with Tweety, Porky Pig, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam. I think Skipper does agree. And Skip, there's no water. I have to refill your bowl. So I will. That is another chore I will have to do after I'm done with this review. So this is a movie that I will strongly recommend. I do recommend this for kids. It's a PG rated movie. That's really no surprise. If you're a sports fan, you would probably like this. Your kids are going to ask you a ton of questions: who these NBA players are, and why are these NBA players actually intelligent, like the ones today are very dumb. So this is one to definitely watch. So comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you for watching.